Okay, and we should be live. Okay, fantastic. Welcome everyone. Fantastic to see you all here. We do have a record number of people tonight. I think we had 44 registered. I know there's a couple of people who can't make it tonight. We've got one person who's done it in advance, so we've got a time to aim for, which we can talk about. Sorry about that. Yeah, and fantastic to see so many new faces. Lots of people I met briefly at the Swedish Championships. Thanks so much for getting involved. I hope you enjoy it tonight, and that we see you back in the future. Yeah, joined tonight by Emilia. Welcome, Emilia. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very excited to also talk about the World Series.
Yeah, so there'll be plenty of chat about tonight's competition, the puzzle, and what we see, but also lots of chat about. I'm sure most of you know that at the weekend it was the World Series in Munich, and we've got quite a few people here tonight who are also there. So we'll talk about some of the results, some of the challenges, and some of the data that came out from that. Yeah, hi to everyone on YouTube. Feel free to join in the chat. If there's any information or analysis you want from the World Series, any of the competitors you want to know a bit more about, then drop us a question in the chat, and we'll be happy to try and answer it. Okay, just missing one last person. Okay, for new people, I'll do this quickly in English, and then we'll do it in Swedish as well. So hopefully everyone is now in the timer websites, hopefully on your phone or laptop. Currently you see timer at set to 0. As soon as we start, that time will begin, and then whenever you finish, the done button will activate. And so when you finish, just click the done button, and your time will be automatically recorded. If you have any trouble at all, if it's not working for you, if the done button doesn't work, don't worry. You can always just put a message in the chat saying done, or we'll be keeping an eye on everyone anyway. So hopefully we'll get all your finishes. There's quite a few people tonight and quite a few new names, so I'll do my best to get everyone on camera. But yeah, we shall see. With this many people, it's going to be a new challenge. Så snabbt på svenska. Hoppas att ni har det här på telefonen eller hemsidan. Hej Rina, det ser kul ut där nere. Okej, så när vi börjar kommer timern börja räkna upp, och sen klickar man på klar när man är klar. Om du inte har den, eller om det funkar på någon anledning, kan du bara skriva klar i chatten, och sen kommer vi registrera din tid. Om det är några frågor, skriv dem gärna i chatten. Yeah, if you have any questions, just put a quick note in the chat, and we'll answer it. Otherwise, we shall begin shortly. We will do our quick traditional Wheel of Fortune. So every competition, we give away an extra puzzle to one of our competitors. So let's just try and bring that up. Okay, here we go. So we will spin the wheel. Oh, sorry, on the wrong page. There we go. Lots of names tonight, and it is Anna. Congratulations, fantastic. So I will be contacting you about how we go about fixing that up. Okay, brilliant. So I see all the cameras looking good. Any last questions before we start? So you have 2 hours tonight. Hope you enjoy that puzzle and good luck to everyone. Okay, go ahead and open the box and see what's in store tonight.
This is one of the most exciting moments of my nights here. Hmm, interesting. Well, I get to talk about it very soon.
Yeah, so we will talk about the puzzle lots more in a while. You can open the box, leave the pieces in the box, and there is a poster in this box which you can take out. The front of the box doesn't show the whole image, so the poster will be useful to have tonight. But then yeah, pop the bag back in the box and pop the lid back on, and then we will be ready to start. Yes. So yeah, Elisa, if you just put the pieces back in the box and pop the lid back on, Elisa. Okay, we are looking good. Let me get my timers ready. Okay, and we'll do a countdown and start. And five, three, five. Can't count tonight. Five, four, three, two, one, go.
We tried,
We tried.
and we got it started.
That was a particularly poor effort. Okay, let me just bring up the puzzle to share on the YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll try and share my poster a little bit so you can see. Okay, so the brand for this puzzle is it's called Les Editions Imaginaires. It's a very small French brand. Yep, do fairly limited range, but they're very really nice, really colourful. They popped up in a couple of other online competitions down in I think the Swiss competition used one, and yeah, they're really nice and happy. This puzzle is called Le Chemin, which is the path or the way. It does include some French text. So here is my attempt to speak French. I used to be able to. It's been a while. So the text says "Suis ton cours et tes rêves, ils connaissent le chemin." So that translates roughly to "Follow your heart and your dreams; they know the way." It's not, no. So yeah, the box just has a portion of it. I think there is, if I remember right, there is a full image on the back, but it's yeah fairly small. But the poster is certainly going to be helpful tonight. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, yeah, a big round yellow circle in the corner, a few yellow lines coming off it, and that's yeah, everyone knows it's sun. Yeah, it's a nice kind of there's various kind of childlike elements to the drawing. I think the artist is yeah, is very much inspired by her children and a design for them. But yeah, lovely and colourful. And yeah, it's got nice sections to work on. Rainbow. We've got the grass at the bottom. Yeah, a bit of text to add a bit of challenge. It's in French for a bit of an extra challenge. Yeah, so it's going to be fun to see what everyone how everyone approaches it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was I think yeah, that certainly cropped into my mind in Munich when we had a bit of a German text. That yeah, just yeah, recognise spotting the umlauts and things like this, and just being able to read it is a big help. There was another one I was doing recently as well that had English text in the Swedish competition. I thought, yeah, that's probably an advantage just to recognise those words.
Yeah, sometimes it definitely helps. Sometimes I think it helps in a way that it, even though it's not always a familiar word for you, but if you can kind of like, you can process it faster. So you can think of like, oh, does this word has like two s or not? If you don't know the language, you have to check. If you know the language, you just know it almost like immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And in fact, yeah, the kind of text at the bottom I found, yeah, it's quite tricky because the letters are fairly kind of fairly similar because it's kind of a script. You've got lots of kind of curves and lots of letters joined together. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see whether people take that do that bit first. I think the green background's quite easy to sort out, but it's also fairly tricky section.
Yeah, it's a lot of pieces. I think I would probably start. I feel like actually the red flower, it's a very small one, but I think I would probably pick up the red stuff and also like I think there's a ladybug and then maybe also the part of the rainbow as well.
Yeah, from what I can remember, I think the rainbow. I started in that corner with the rainbow, and then yeah, the red flower pieces uh, come uh, come out stick out nicely. I think we'll probably see a lot of people finishing with the kind of worm. There's a lot of yellow there, but those coloured lines and the angles of those lines really do help. So yeah, it should be. I don't think we're gonna. I think people are gonna get through fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think those lines definitely help, but you do have to actually look at the image. They don't help you if you do not look at the image.
That's that is very true. Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, let's have a look at our first competitors. We've got Amanda. So Amanda does seem to, yeah, I can see lots of those kind of green pieces sorted out. I think working on that kind of border, that's an interesting place to start. That kind of border between the green and the between the grass and the kind of lighter sky section.
I would probably do that as well. Not necessarily to start with, but if I would be working with that green area, I would definitely actually start with that line because I think it's easier for than even like the edges of the green part.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, yeah. The cut is, I think the cut is probably, I think it's a Dutch factory. I think the same as kind of Cloudberries and some of those other brands. So pretty good fit. Possibly a few that things like that bottom might be tricky. With this particular fit, although there are other things going on at the bottom. So you've got a series of kind of coloured dots in the middle, which are kind of helpful to go by. Okay, so on screen also we have Angelica. So again, making a start with that kind of bottom border, and Anna also with those green kind of pieces sorted out. So yeah, lots of starting on that green section for our first few competitors.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice also. Like what I often forget with the vertical puzzles is that if I would be smart, I would always try to start from what is on the top. So that's why I would also prefer the rainbow and the yellow sun there, because with vertical puzzles, you often, if you leave the top for last, you have to lean over, and then at that point, your back hurts so much you don't want to do it anymore. It's like suffering. So sometimes it's like a good strategic choice to with vertical puzzles to start from the top if there is something easy, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And some people I know Emilia Persson, who has a is not someone who is comfortable and keen on vertical puzzles.
Yeah.
Some people, I mean, I quite enjoy them. I quite enjoy that the vertical ones. But yeah, it can make a difference. Oh, yeah, nice tip from Graham in the chat. Thank you. My tip for vertical puzzles have longer arms, which is yeah, helpful as always from Graham.
Only if I could order the longer arms.
Yeah, it's not too much to ask for, is it? Okay, let's go to.
It's very nice, by the way, in these online competitions, like you started, you mentioned that there is a poster, so then it's like same advantage for everybody. Because I often, when I'm on site competitions, I always forget to check if there is a poster. I always realize it later. It also happened actually in the World Series. I didn't know that the last puzzle, I think, had a poster inside.
Okay, yeah. Well, again, something to wait later, but I don't think it made much difference. I think you did. Yeah, your performance on that last one was yeah, amazing. So yeah, but I think yeah, the poster certainly helps in some circumstances, and certainly for this one, it's a lot bigger. The
Yeah.
poster is a lot bigger than the image on the box.
Yeah, in this case, it's almost like mandatory to have it unless you're gonna be like very confused. But also with this one, I would say that even if you would forget it, let's say somebody buys this to home and do it for the first time and don't know that there's poster inside, they will probably start wondering very quickly because there is no cream part at all in the box. So you would be like,
Yeah,
wait a second, it's way too many green pieces. Something must be in there.
yeah, that's very true. Okay, so you can see it. We've got a few aliens in tonight. Elin Pedersen working on the again with that green section with yeah, pretty much the frame in place. BB, I think the first person we've seen really making a go of more of the frame. So some of the bottom, some of the sides, and then Alien Naka working on the rainbow.
Yeah, and quite good progress already. And it's going to be interesting to see if those who, well, as you said, I think a lot of people will finish with the little worm going in the middle. But it seems like there is kind of like two ways to start this, either with the green or either with the more top part and the red things that I mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And I guess it's a fairly busy puzzle. There are certainly busy sections, so certainly, like you said, the text in the middle, pick and place works really well for that because you've got all the different kind of textures, a combination of textures and shapes. You've got kind of a lot to work with there. Whereas there are some kind of plainer sky sections in there. You've got got kind of grass at the bottom, so a bit more kind of color and shape work sections to think about as well.
Yeah, a bit too late now, but I almost wonder if somebody would have done this as a mystery puzzle. I feel like that would have changed the order dramatically and a lot of like much more like looking into where things are, especially with the French language.
Yeah, I actually gave Emilia Pearson had a puzzle from the same brat. It was it was a more difficult one. She wasn't too impressed, but it was a more difficult one, but from the same brand, which was very much like that. So you really, you had to build these kind of little sections, and then find out the way in which they all kind of link together. Because the sections in between were kind of tricky to get your head around. I think text is always tricky on unboxed puzzles when you don't know what it says, particularly when it's in French or another language. But I think yeah, text can be really tricky on unboxed puzzles. And I think we had that. So the last competition was an unboxed one with the Golden Gate Bridge, and so
Mm.
there was text on it, and lots of people were expecting it to say San Francisco or Golden Gate or something like this. And in fact, it was a kind of French spelling of California, which people weren't kind of expecting, and that yeah, tricked a few people up.
Yeah, and I think we need to point out here the fabulous thing, a little shout out to the sun that has arrived to the Nordic countries. Because you can see that now much more people actually have the sunlight, and I think it does a major difference. Also to our mood and energy levels, like it does not feel like it's 8 p.m. compared when we did these commentaries like in the winter.
No, such a difference, isn't it? It's yeah, when you get to this time of the evening and it's still lovely outside. Although I have to say it was a kind of shock going from leaving Munich in 25 degree sunshine and getting back to 6 degrees and rain, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
a bit of a shock. But hopefully things are on the way up now. Okay, quick look on screen. We have Freya doing really well with that kind of grass section pretty much complete. Freya, one of the competitors from Munich, did really well. Fantastic performance. We have Elisa. I think her second puzzle rush. I think her first one a little while ago was the first competition she'd ever done. So welcome back, and it was great to see you briefly at the Swedish Championships. And then Ailin, first time with us, looking good. So yeah, lots of those kind of working on the red sections. So the kind of flower going really well. The kind of top of the rainbow. Um, so Graham wants to know, will we see a sub 40 tonight? His guess is 38:38.
Yeah, could be. And I wasn't Freya who wanted me to speak more Swedish, so I know how to say jättebra as well.
Oh, excellent. There we go.
See, I got something.
I will give a little spoiler. So there's one person who couldn't be on the call tonight, but she did it in advance, and I can tell you that that time was sub 40. So it feels like it should be possible with some of the competitors we've got in tonight.
Well, I think I know who she is because I cannot see her on the list.
Aha, yes. So you can
Yes,
probably
I do
guess.
know, and based on the time, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I do let people do them offline. They don't count for kind of prizes and things, but they will be in the final results. Because
Yeah,
obviously,
that's
yeah,
very nice.
things do crop up, and it makes it people can't always make it. Okay. Oh, three people from the weekend. So Fruji, welcome. Great to have you here. Fruji obviously did the commentary. Always fantastic in the commentary booth with Jim. So yeah, it was great to meet up at the weekend, and yeah, did an amazing job with the commentary and the live streams. Yeah, from the World Series. And then two of the Swedish competitors from the weekend. We've got Hannah and Ida. So Hannah
And I
with
have to say,
the
this is also very, if you look at the tables right now, it actually looks very colorful, all the pieces and everything. Even though it feels like it, when you look at the image, it just feels like it's a lot of like this plain yellowish and the green. But when you look at those, it's actually very bright colors that you can see from there.
Yeah, from what I remember, there aren't many kind of plain colours, kind of completely plain pieces. There are a few at the end, but most of them there's kind of little dots spotted around. There's some blue dots and some orange dots. So most of the pieces have got something on there to kind of help you orientate them. Hannah, I think, with the first person we've seen who's got the entire frame done. But yeah, it's certainly the green, the bottom section. So Fruji and Ida both with that bottom section pretty much done. So yeah, I'm slightly surprised by that. That's kind of where people have chosen to start, because that was something I did kind of much later. But yeah, certainly something that lots of people are going for. let's keep going. It's got lots of people to get round
Yep.
tonight.
A lot of people also doing the edges, but I have to say with this puzzle it actually makes a lot of sense because um, most of the things that you're gonna do connect to the edges anyway, like the sun, the rainbow, the cream pot. So almost it doesn't even matter where do you start with, but it most likely will connect to the edges one way or another.
Here we see second puzzle rush in a row. We've got someone joining from a pub or a restaurant. And in fact, Irina's doing really well because it looks like there's only space to do that horizontally. Got someone on board to hold the poster for her, so that she can do that horizontally. But yeah, again with most of the edge done, some of those kind of green parts to get together though.
That's a true dream teamwork over there going on.
See if those arms can hold out to the end, holding that post up. See if yeah, maybe get a substitute in a little while. We've got Ina looking good, so frame done, and Ina gone for the rainbow instead. So that rainbow pretty much done, and the red flower. And we've just passed the 20-minute mark. And we have Jodie. Welcome, Jodie, from the UK Puzzle Guzzle team. Great to have you with us. Graham giving it incredibly enthusiastic. Also go Jodie, of course, from the chat. Yeah, so looking good there. So yeah, with the red flower done, lots of the green section, but making really good progress.
Do we actually know anything about the artist of this puzzle? I think there is someone on the website called Genzi.
So let's have a look. This is
But
gonna.
yeah, the rest of the text is in French, so
So it
I'm not.
is, yeah. So illustrated by Kenzie K. So I'll do my best to do a bit of translation. So the mum of two
Camera.
boys. So her kind of pseudonym for the illustrations is Snippets of Whimsy. So yeah, poetic and yeah, colourful designs that celebrate family and nature. Um, yeah, I'm not going to attempt to translate the last section. There's something about chocolate in there, and yeah, multicolored.
Chocolate.
Yeah, I don't quite know. Oh, chocolate ice cream.
I'm
Um,
confused.
yeah, I'm not going to make an attempt to translate the last sentence, because yeah, my French is not what it used to be, but definitely chocolate ice cream in there. Okay, we have Kaisa looking really good, working on that text now. So lots of that text in the centre coming together. I think the first person we've really seen tackling that.
Yeah, definitely. I have not seen anyone, and especially this early on. I'm actually very, very surprised
Mm.
because already she's working on the green stuff, so she did that much earlier.
Yeah, we have Karin with the grass, and Carolina, most of the frame in place, and now yeah, with that flower done as well. I can see that we're, yeah, 22 minutes, so I'm gonna speed up a little bit getting people around so we can get around to everyone before anyone gets close to finishing. Okay, we have Clara, we have Cotta, and Christina. And Clara and Cot are looking fairly similar, so lots of those kind of edge sections done, and now working on the green. Christina, again, yeah, with working on that kind of green bottom section, and with also some of those letters in place. Christina, one of many people who there's a competition, a live competition in Stockholm this weekend. I know Christina's been to, I think, all of them so far, so it'd be good to catch up with her, and yeah, a few other people here tonight in Stockholm at the weekends. And yeah, we can see Cot and Linda side by side, as we've seen many times before. Always normally see some of the Linköping crew together. So while we go around some of the next people, what are your kind of endearing memories from the weekend? What are your main kind of takeaways from the first World Series?
I absolutely loved it. I like the concept. I have a lot of opinions that I actually put on my video, so I'm gonna try to talk today also a little bit different things, which I was really happy that you provided all the data, because I think this is very interesting opportunity to see how much the rankings actually were dependent on the different puzzles, because we always talk about like, oh, but yeah, but this person is better with this kind of puzzles and this person is this one, and it's like it's almost like the second what if. Like we always have this what if there is a published puzzle, but we also have this what if in the world championship where they're like, okay, but it was this type of puzzle, this would have won with a different type of puzzle. But I'm interested to see how much it's actually true, or do we have like those who just have a solid performance and those who kind of like go back and forth. So very interesting concept, and I absolutely do love all the puzzles, and the event itself was very nice and social as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it was a fantastic weekend. Great to meet lots of people either again or for the first time. Six really good puzzles. Maybe the last one being something a bit different and very tricky.
My favorite.
Can well believe it. We know that you very much enjoy the tricky ones. Um, yeah, but and just a great concept. Great to have something a bit different that we kind of haven't seen before. Um, that's not just a standard 500 piece rounds and then 500 piece in the final.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see when somebody comes up with something new, that how it starts kind of influencing the whole speed busting scene that we have. Like, are we gonna see more of this type of competitions, or even like people like you who are doing online competitions? Is there gonna be on some impact on that? And like even if we're thinking about simple things as like nationals, if we look 5 years forward now, is our nationals going to be more like the current World Championship or more like the World Series?
Absolutely, and yeah, it's an interesting point. So yeah, Hannah suggested to me that it would be possible to do something like that online. So I'm busy putting together the dates for later on in the summer. So hold this space, but it would be really fun to do something that kind of took a bit of inspiration from the World Series to kind of into an online competition. Okay, let's have a quick look. Lynn going well with that kind of top section. The rainbow and the flower. Leah very similar, and then Linda I think working on the kind of bottom left.
Yeah, and great sorting over there. I'm a terrible sorter.
Yeah,
I can do that. I do not
me
find that.
terrible.
I
Yeah,
find like stuff and then I find them later.
I can't. Yeah, I sorted them not well enough for them to be still sorted next time I go and look for them. They kind of they get mixed back into the pile. Okay, I think we have three first time competitors. Lisa Siljeblad looking good there with most of the frame in place, now working on the green section. We've got Liza and Lovisa also. Yeah, all three actually looking in a fairly similar position with most of the frame done and just working up through that green section. So yeah, the final puzzle, if people didn't know, it was Gibson's Panorama, so 636 pieces, and it was a tricky one. So I think out of the 335 competitors, I think it was roughly 60 that finished it, of which you were one, of course. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so did you, as soon as you saw it, did you know it was, straight away it was something you're going to be good at and enjoy?
Um, well, I had the feeling that anyway, like I'm gonna probably do good with the last one, just simply because the piece count was higher. So I anticipated that already like months ago. Um, it just like as said, like the piece count itself makes it already harder, and I just know harder the puzzle, the better I do ranking wise.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I was still very, very surprised when I actually finished that puzzle and I looked up and I saw so many tables still trying to get their puzzle together because that whole week
am I back? Oh, oh no. Oh, I don't believe so. Looking at the timer, but let's okay, very sorry about that. Let's get let's take a look at some of the people who we might be expecting to finish first. Yeah, so we've got Tobias looking strong there. So most of the top section done. Just the kind of green, not a big surprise there to see Tobias working with the bottom section at the end. We sh we should be there shortly. It's just there's like a 20-second delay or something. So um, hopefully soon we will be back. Uh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Graham says we're back. So yeah, fantastic. Okay. Yeah. So there we've got Tobias, we've got Freya, we've got Lydia. So yeah, Tobias looking kind of very strong at the moment. Let's look around for other people who we might be seeing. Yeah, so yeah, I think he's just got that kind of text on, but we didn't see that worm go into place. But he looks to have worked through that. Yeah, really quickly, and like you said, really quite early in the process. So looks like Tobias got a good lead at the moment. Just coming up to 38 minutes. Yeah, I will say that yeah, Anime registered an offline time of 36 minutes and 6 seconds, which is a fantastic time for this. Um, yeah, let's take a look. So we'll keep Tobias on because he's got maybe 20 pieces left. Take a look at some of our other competitors. So Smiller looking good. I think yeah. So with kind of some of those worm sections to fill in. Sarah also looking good there with yeah most of that text done, and yeah a kind of a worm shaped hole ready to work on. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday of a piece in his hand and looking at the box. That pose we know so well. Yeah, it looks like we're maybe a minute away from a first finisher. Veronica from Norway looking really good there. Yeah, just with the kind of with sections of the worm to go, a few of the kind of sky sections, but going really strong. But it looks like Tobias has got this wrapped up tonight. Is it going to be? Oh, I think we're not. No, I don't think so. I think there's a range. It's a while since I did this one, but it's Yeah, yeah. No, just looking at my box. No, it is the standard range. And Tobias is done. Fantastic. Well done, Tobias. I've stopped your timer. Don't worry. There we go. So yeah, 40 minutes and 19 seconds. Just missing the 40-minute mark. But yeah, that's a really good time. Congratulations. And Tobias, of course, someone else who put in a fantastic performance at the weekend at the World Series. Okay, let's get a couple of other people up. Cheering in the chat for Liza Rapp from Anne Christine. So we'll come back and have a look at how you're getting on very soon. So let's take a look at some of the people who might expect to see on the taking the or might have a chance with the podium places. So they've got Veronica looking really good. Lydia also similar position, working on the worm section, and then Freya a bit more scattered. A few more kind of other sections to put in. Let's take a look at Fruji. Fruji looking really strong as well, looking very similar to Veronica. So pretty much everything done apart from those worm sections. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, that's really and yeah, things like using both hands. So I was chatting online today with someone who's just kind of someone in Germany who's just started, and she was saying, "Oh, what was your five top tips for to get faster, and for someone who's just kind of started?" And yeah, you'll be happy to know that most of them have come from the list that I've picked up from you. And yeah, using the left hand was very much one of them. Getting used to doing that, and yeah, doing puzzles left-handed to kind of get used to, to getting used to doing more than just kind of passing pieces to your right hand. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. It's yeah, takes a lot of practice to get it moving and being a bit more useful than it can be. Okay, so yeah, real battle for kind of second and third place. Fruji, Veronica, Lydia, Freya, all looking really good. I can see looking around. There's other people. Yeah, very getting very close as well. Just had a message in the chat saying they're not hearing you, which I'm not quite sure why. Let's just trying to keep an eye. Oh, it's getting very close. Veronica, really close now. Let's just I don't know if you want to. Oh, well done, Veronica. Fantastic work. 45, 11, oh, one missing piece. Fantastic work on second place. Okay, let's just check now. Can anyone in the live stream hear Amelia now? Uh, okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, it's going to be really close for third place. Lydia, Freya, Fruji, all getting really close to yeah, really close to finishing. Just a few pieces left in. Who's it going to be to take third place? It's going to be seconds between. Looks like Fruji and Lydia. Lydia, well done, third place, fantastic, 45.57. Fruji just a few places before. Oh, Freya actually got in at exactly the same time as Lydia, but I hadn't realised she had looks like she had a number of extra pieces in there. So we had a dead heat for third place. Uh, sounds like in the chat sounds like you are miles away. Yeah, I haven't. Not that one. That's causing a. Okay. I think I'm not quite sure what would cause that. Okay. Yeah, Fuji says she can hear you okay in the call. Must be on Rob's end. Oh, typical. Putting it all back to me. Okay. Oh, let's just try this quickly. And try that. No. Something is not happy, unfortunately. Yeah, I can see that is not. There's no sound from screen capture. Um, any no. I think. Okay, I'm just gonna restart. Let's just restart my screen. Okay, let's try that. Hi, welcome back. Let's try one more
Ta-da!
time. Oh, that might be good. I think. Let's. I could see the bars
Can
going up
I
at
now
least.
be heard? Let's see.
Let's fingers crossed that has fixed it. Yeah, I can see the bar. I can see the bars moving now. Okay, yes. So it's looking. Oh, we had. Yeah,
Okay, good
fantastic.
that you hear
Okay.
me. I don't. If Rob is talking, I cannot hear him.
Oh, you can't
So,
have you. Oh, soon we'll have any. Soon we'll have everyone going. Oh, fantastic. Got there eventually. Sorry about that. In the meantime, Smilla, congratulations. Smilla's taken the next place. Let's get the results ticker going. Yeah,
yeah.
so Smilla in sixth, Hannah in seventh. So yeah, fantastic, fantastic work. Oh, Hannah with. Oh dear, it looks like we've got some piece issues. Piece issues tonight. We had Frey with lots of extra ones, Hannah with quite a few missing there. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, it's often usually if you buy them as a patch, then it happens that those who are missing and those who have extra, they actually match.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So hopefully, yeah, I'm sure we can get the extra pieces to you both. Yeah, sorry about that. It's never never good when that happens.
Extra challenge, maybe?
Extra challenge, yeah. And I guess yeah, maybe always possible with yeah with the smaller brands. Yeah, more possibility for those little issues. Okay, hopefully we've got the hopefully we've got the technical issues sorted out now anyway, so we can
Yeah,
see
you can hear
some
it
of the.
now, but it's at the cost that you can also hear if my dog barks at the background. So I just logged in with a different account that it's not Business Plus account, so I have no background noise reduction anymore.
No worries at all. Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily your end anyway. So yeah, I think we're good. Just on screen now, we've got Ida, Sarah, and Amanda all coming up to the. Oh, Graham's just pointed out that Jodie's looking good as well. Let's bring up Jodie. Yeah, Jodie looking strong. Just some of the green pieces, a few of the white pieces. Thank you, Graham. I see Kaiser looking really good as well. Maria looking good. Yeah, lots of people are heading into the last section now.
Yeah, and very different orders today that we're actually seeing. Some people finished with the green, some people started it with it. The only thing we haven't seen is that somebody started off with the yellow.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely something yeah we haven't seen yet.
There should be
Um,
always an exception, though. You never know.
of course, yeah.
And woohoo!
Fantastic, well done, Amanda. 52:06. So yeah, just past the 52-minute mark. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of yeah, a lot of finishers coming in around the same time now. Okay, so first place tonight we had Tobias. Tobias, I don't know if you're still there. Would like a chat.
Oh, he better because I
Yeah,
have quite
I'm
Yeah,
still
there we
here.
go. Hi.
Hi.
How are you
This was a
doing?
fun one.
Yeah,
It's good.
did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's one of those that you just can keep going at full speed through the whole puzzle more or less because there's so many details and things to build on and clear colors. So never really stop.
So where did you start with that? We managed to miss you a lot of your puzzling, a few technical difficulties. So yeah, we didn't see a lot of what you were doing. So what was your strategy?
At first, I just picked out the red pieces just to get going and build up all those, the flower and ladybug and part of the rainbow, and then continued with the rest of the rainbow and picked the pink, and then continued with all the letters, and they have all their own like patterns on them, so they're quite easy to find what letter they belongs to, and then continue with the other stuff in the back, the flowers, the greenery on the flowers, and the other stuff in the sky, and then the worm or the larva, whatever it is. It was quite fun with all these angles on the you have to find the right angle and the right color, and then you could identify where the lines go. And then I ended with the green part. So the text in the last ended with the text, and that was the only one that was a bit of a hard to see where the cursive writing goes.
Yeah, I don't think we were too surprised to see you finishing with the green section at the bottom. A bit less chance for pick and place there. But how did you find the text down there? And with it being in French, does the language make any difference?
It's harder when it's a language you don't, and so it's not. No, I could almost not read what the word said. It was just patterns and lines for me.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple more finishes. Sarah, well done, and Jodie, fantastic work. And so yeah, and the weekends. What are your what's your view on the weekend and the World Series? How do you feel it went for you?
I had a great time, so I enjoyed it very much. It was very fun to just do a lot of puzzles in a competition. I enjoyed that. So you could do three competitions a day, and I hadn't prepared that much, so my expectations wasn't that high. So I'm very glad that I could be in the top 50 because it was really hard competition, and I really liked the atmosphere that was going on there with all the great puzzlers around.
I have one question only. Do you also feel like that the competition was missing a pick and place puzzle?
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with the vegetables because that's what I expected. But I thought the postcard globe, I could do that pick and place here. So I was glad that that came up, but I would enjoy something even more busy and that only pick and place.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with that. And yeah, I mentioned also my YouTube video. By the way, I already mentioned this to you, but you're on my YouTube video because you were so funny with your shirt in the venue.
Yeah. We haven't used them in the dark previously, so we haven't really noticed how much they reflect and shine when everything else is dark.
Yeah,
so they work as intended.
Yeah, it was a great comic relief for the ending of my video because it's quite funny when I realized it and I happened to have camera on, so I was just like zooming in.
Yeah, for those who wasn't there, the bright yellow Swedish jerseys, they really stood out when they lowered the light, so it was dark before the prize ceremony. So that's so funny.
So which was your? Did you have a favourite round, a favourite puzzle along the way somewhere?
I liked the globe and the vegetables because I think I did my best placement there compared to the other ones, and it's fun that I think everyone, of course, had one or two competition where they did better than average on. So that's a fun part of this kind of multi-puzzling event as well, because everyone could feel happy about some results.
Yeah, what was the your least liked puzzle over the weekend?
I think it's the last one, but I still kind of appreciate the challenge in it. But I didn't enjoy puzzling it. It was you really have to push through it to finish it in time.
It was the best puzzle in the world. What are you talking?
Not for me, not the blur part at the end when you're really tired.
Oh, that was the best part of that puzzle. The left side.
We have already had one in the repetition, and then we have all these cookie borders and the text on the cookies over and over. So it was another repetition puzzle for me.
Yeah, now actually, when I think about it, it is almost that panorama was more like the repetition one, and then the globe was the pick and place that we expected for the first day. Yeah, that's interesting. I thought about it, but
yeah, the categories wasn't that exact as people have trained for, but I was fine with that because then it was a bit of surprise also. It wasn't a perfect gradient, and it wasn't a really busy image and so on.
Yeah, I think that was it was nice how they kind of there was a guide to what it was rather than being, like you say, just a flat out gradient or maybe just what people were expecting.
Yeah.
Question from Graham: how do you feel about the hardest two puzzles being the final two? Do you think anything would have gone differently if they were in a different order?
I don't know. I still enjoyed them all and was able to finish in time, but it would be nice to just give 2 hours so let everyone, most people finish the last one as well, to just celebrate everyone who had fought through all 6 puzzles. But I have no real opinion on the order of the puzzles.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that it should have been 2 hour mark. I had a lot of criticize on that one on my video because I calculated that I would have been in top 100 because the 5 second rule for the last pieces is quite good because it's 12 pieces per minute and people were not on that speed level. So
Mm.
if they recorded actual finishing times, I would have been much higher in my ranking. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So going into a few stats. So out of the 6 puzzles, which one would you guess was the best indicator of final position? So had the closest match with the final positions.
Well, I haven't looked at the stats for that one, but maybe the unboxed, because that was kind of like an average on everything, more or less. Didn't stand out.
Yeah, so interesting. It looks like round 2 and 3. So I guess
Okay.
the detailed and the what do they call it? I forgot what the other one was called. Detailed and repetition seem to be
Yeah.
the ones that kind of where the results list was kind of closest to the final list, and then followed by the unboxed. I guess the unboxed is a bit of a skill of itself. So I guess some people who've trained particularly for the unboxed may have had a kind of an advantage there.
Yeah, that was the one that stood out. Absolutely.
That's an interesting statistics because my results seem to go against all the statistics that you have shown me so far. Because those were the rounds that were first from my final placement.
Yeah, although interesting, I don't know if you saw one of the last graphs I sent. You were in top in terms of consistency, where with your time compared to the average time, you were the most consistent. So you and Sandra from Sweden were the most consistently placed in terms of your time in relation to the average time.
Well, he's rock solid, that's why.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, so it was much more important to avoid a really bad round than it was to have a really good round. It was the really bad rounds that had the kind of most impact on final position.
Yeah, I assume that even before that, if you have a bad run, the time will just run away from you. So, and since I was scared of the unboxed one, I was really happy it was an easy puzzle because even if you like do a bit worse than the average puzzler, the time wise, it's not that the difference is not that big. So you don't fall behind that much.
Okay, yeah, just looking around. So just past the hour mark, we had 15 finishers under the hour, so nearly half. A few more people coming up to the finish. And so overall, anything you particularly enjoyed? Anything you think that could be changed or adapted for the next version of the World Series?
There are always small things to improve on. There was some issues with the timekeepers and also the result pages, but they managed to improve that even to day two. So that was impressive that they fixed things on the go. So I'm really happy to return to a similar event next year. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was just so nice to have so refreshing to have something different, something innovative, and it's going to be very interesting to see how much of an impact it has on other competitions going forwards.
Thank you so much for tonight. It was a really fun puzzle and fun competition.
Oh,
See you.
really glad you enjoyed it, and catch up again soon.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, yeah, unfortunately we've seen a couple more people with quite a few missing pieces. I'll reach out to people afterwards, and we'll see if we can sort things out. Yeah, very unfortunate. Elin and Leah just coming up to the last few pieces. Marina looking good as well. Okay, yes. So we had Tobias in first place. We had dead heat for second place, which I unfortunately kind of missed because Freya had a number of extra pieces there as well. Yeah, Freya, if you're still there, it'd been lovely to hear from you.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, yeah. So fantastic job. Sorry, you missed your finish. It looked like you had a little section left to do, but you had
Yes, I had
some.
a lot of extra pieces, but they all
Oh,
stick together. But unfortunately, it's not really the same cat, so I had struggled because not all pieces can be changed. So it was on the right spot, but it did not really fit. So it was kind of a bit harder.
it does look. Looks very similar to the section that Maria was missing. So it may be that you've got the few kind of pieces that she was missing. Yeah. So yeah, apologies. It's never great to see that. How did you enjoy it? How did you enjoy the puzzle otherwise?
Yeah, it was fun, but a bit tricky, but with the yellow snake, or I don't know, snail or whatever it is. Oh, Illusion. It's like, I don't know the English word, dagmask.
Yeah, a worm. Yeah.
Yeah, like the French word.
And is that where you finished? Did you finish with the worm?
No, I started with the French.
Okay.
Bottom.
And then so we've been obviously talking lots about the weekends. What was how were your feelings towards the competition and how it went for you?
I think my goal was to beat my placement from Worlds, and I did that with 33 spots. So I think I'm happy with the results. But I wanted one round to feel like, yes, I really, really got that round. But I was very pretty consistent in all rounds. So I also missed the pick and place. I had practiced a lot of Gibsons, but all the other Gibsons are like round in the picture. So it was kind of hard to do a round picture, but like with the image straight after that training. But yeah, I think it was a nice puzzle. And just before I started the puzzle, I was telling my table mate, maybe we get something like around the world. And then we opened it, and he just left because he just predicted it. In the last round, I also said to him, maybe we get something like München. And then, yeah.
Good predictions there. I think I was surprised with the Gibsons. I was expecting that UK style painting, and we definitely did not get that, but I was very happy with the surprise with those.
I was not happy, but very, very happy to have finished in time.
Why nobody's happy with the last puzzle? Come on.
I think I can honestly say that even people who finished were you're the one person who was happy with it and kind of really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, I just it was so you can see it also in my video, like it's just an honest, like I can't smiling with that, but it was just a very good ranking for me. So it's easy when you end with the high. I said that if that would have been first puzzle, I think even if I would have done that well, it would have been different than actually finishing strong in a way.
Yeah, but were you happy immediately when you saw the puzzle?
I'm always happy when I see it, but like I don't really have like my reaction to any puzzle is honestly pretty much always the same. The only puzzle I've been ever excited was the red puzzle in the Swedish Championship. But even with this one, I was just surprised that it wasn't a painting. But yeah, I didn't know at that point yet how hard the end is going to be.
No.
it looked quite tricky. I even thought first that the stripes would be hard, but they were actually super easy because it was literally just a couple rows.
Yeah. I mean, I think it looked easier on the picture as well because the pieces were more blurry than the picture. So
Yeah.
the frosting was tough.
Yeah, definitely. And also that one has like a text that wasn't too easy.
No, it's like the same with this kind of handwriting. It's
Yeah.
always hard, even if you know what it says. It's like all letters looks the same because it's like, yeah.
It reminded me of this for sure.
Yeah, so Freya, is that with the last puzzle? Where did you finish? Did you finish with the writing and the icing, or was it the blurry section?
No, the pink frosting was the last thing. And I was sitting like in the front with Jim and Frushi and the big table screen with the big screen with the timer, and I was looking up for like 5 minutes left. I have to go because I really want to finish in time.
Yeah, I feel that. When was the first, like, maybe because you were close, maybe you were looking at the time more often, but when was the first time that you kind of glanced at the time and you were like, oh, this is going to be a touch and go?
No, I think it was 1:25.
Yeah, because I also looked at like 1:22 and I was like, uh-oh.
And I think I looked at the time when Victor finished and saw that it was almost, it was like 55 minutes, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be hard to finish.
Yeah, but even in the top 10, I think the some of the times were like hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You can see if the top 10 is also kind of, I wouldn't say struggle, but it takes a long time to finish that puzzle.
Yes, it was hard to keeping up the speed all the time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of endurance and kind of like the mindset to just keep going. It's a different, like easy puzzle is like, you know, it's easy to have a good performance when the puzzle is easy, but then like what do you do when you get a hard puzzle and higher piece count and it's the last day and your back hurts?
Yeah, and actually when I did the flipping, halfway through I couldn't feel my legs anymore and my back hurt, so I had to like sit down and finish it, and I'm not so long, so I had to like reach over the table because I had to do it all the way. And then I was starting to feeling dizzy, and I like it was black before my eyes, so I was like, should I tell someone that I'm not feeling very good if I faint? And then I like stopped and took a break and had some water, and I was like the first 15 minutes I was just thinking, should I just stop or should I keep going? No, but if I stop now, the whole competition will be ruined. So I just went on, and after a while I felt better. So it was very close that I finished before finishing the puzzle, but
Yeah.
I'm glad to have pushed through. And I also was like, well, Frush and Jim will see if I faint. So
yeah, you champion through. But I get that feeling. I had that in the Swedish Championship in 2024 because in the final I was not feeling too well, and I still finished because I was also thinking the same, like, do I finish this or do I stop? And I didn't stop. I just roll out, and then they called the hospital right after I finished. Worked. This is not a general advice. Sorry, disclaimer. Robert, you need to put a disclaimer. This is not a good advice. I think that comes if you have done other sports or competitive things, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so, yeah, you'd go again. Any kind of elements you'd like to see more of in competitions, or kind of rolled out to, the national competitions and the other competitions we see?
Yeah, I would really like something like this to appear again. It was really fun, and it also, I think the results show that that what kind of image you get matters, because Victor won 3 of the rounds, but 3 of the rounds other people won. So it really shows that it depends on what kind of puzzle you get, and you have different strengths.
And I think this was also kind of maybe this will help a lot of people to practice, because with this one it can becomes more clear like where your weaknesses are. Not because we cannot compare the times, but here you can see clearly like ranking wise, like where is your weaknesses in comparison to others. So maybe even like people's practices are getting better now.
Yes. And did you do the challenge 7?
Yeah, I did.
How did it go?
I mean, it's an easy puzzle. Not my favorite, but it was like 42 minutes and something, so
Yeah, good time.
quite fun.
That's really good.
I was happy that it didn't end up being our mystery puzzle, because I think that would have been easier and that would have impacted my ranking. So
I
Yeah.
think I'd have liked that one. Have you done it yet,
Yeah,
Freya?
I would have liked it. Yeah, I did it yesterday.
How did it go?
38 minutes. So
Oh, brilliant.
ooh,
Excellent.
crazy.
it was good. And the third challenge where I beat my table mate. So
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, and I think that was really nice to, to have the same person to share a table with the same person for, for the weekend. And yeah, it was I thought that was a nice idea rather than kind of jumping around. Yeah, I know there were some issues with kind of lighting and the difference in in kind of position, the difference between kind of being in the middle of things and out to the side. How did you find it? Because you had a fairly unique position, so you're out to the side and kind of right next to the commentators.
yeah, it was a bit of glare, especially on the second day, because those puzzles are also more shiny. And on the last puzzle day, I heard afterwards that one of the lamps broke, but it felt like someone, turned the lights down, and I was like, why are you doing this in the middle of the competition? But then, like half an hour later, it was turned off, turned lighter again. So yeah, I didn't really realize what was going on, just that something happened with the lights, that first it was darker and then it was fixed. And I listened to music, so I could hear someone was talking, but I didn't listen to what they were saying.
Bit of an extra challenge over there.
Yeah, and it was like also just 2 rows of tables, so like it was hard for me to get in competition mode, because I like to sit like a bit back, where you have people in front of me and people on the sides, and it just felt a bit like me and my table mate were there puzzling alone. But
Yeah, but I think it's always good that you have these kind of like a little bit different experiences. Then you also learn about yourself. But then,
yeah,
like also like when you get a super hard puzzle, like the panda bear or the red thing on the Swedish, like after that you're like, give me whatever puzzle. Like I've got this.
everything will be easier
Yeah.
after that.
Or like if you have a competition like really bad table or really bad light, and like after that you're like, I threw this hardship. Like I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I think it is important experience that you can get when things actually go wrong. So I don't see it necessarily as a bad thing always.
No, and it also showed that it's good to train in different conditions. Because at home I always sit with my table and the same lighting, but it's good to sometimes bring a puzzle to work and try in a different lighting and setting. So
Yeah,
so do we
absolutely.
think everyone gonna finish today?
I'm hopeful. What are we? We're just coming up to 1 hour 20, so 40 minutes left. So yeah, what have we got so far? Let's have a quick look. We've got 28 finishes. 4 people on screen. We've got Siv, Lisa, Christina, and Marlin, all really close. Can see some other people. Aylin looking really good. Yeah, sadly Monica. So yeah, fingers crossed. 40 minutes still to go. We can clear the room.
Yeah, that will be fun. Have you done it, Robert?
I have done it. It was quite a long time ago that I did this one. So I remember some. I remember kind of starting with the rainbow and finishing with the grass. So the opposite to a lot of what we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my time was around 50 minutes. So yeah, looking at the other results, that feels about right for me.
Are you
Yeah.
happy with your results for the World Series?
No, I think I was affected more than I expected to be. But so it was my first kind of international kind of competition, and I didn't feel nervous beforehand, but I was just kind of far too hectic and unfocused, and yeah, I think I was yeah far more kind of nervous than I really felt. So I actually did well done, Christina. I did an an EJJ offline kind of flex competition on it was yesterday morning, so it's fairly early. I had to do it and film it, and uh, at home I was just so more relaxed. I kind of didn't feel like at any point I was really rushing. It was quite a difficult one, lots of kind of flowers and plain areas. It felt
Was
very.
it the one tonight?
It was, yeah, the one from tonight, yeah. And it felt slow, but my time for that was better than any time I got at the weekend.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I was just the nerves got to me, I think, and the environment, and I just kind of didn't keep calm and keep the focus to that I needed.
And you felt the pressure from Smilla and Hannah?
Definitely, yeah. So we had myself and Hannah and Smilla had a little kind of internal competition. We tend to be fairly close when it comes to these things. So yeah, we had a little mini competition. Hannah ran away with it. It was very close between myself and Smilla for a while. I think there was one second between us after round 4. But then yeah, I think the circle one she did really well at. She's kind of good at the kind of pick and play style things, and that kind of suited her. And then yeah, I think we were fairly even on the last one, but yeah, she picked up a few more seconds there. But it was really fun to have that little kind of mini competition, and to gave an extra little bit of motivation for the competition.
Yeah.
Did you like the last one?
Sorry?
Did you like the last one?
No.
No.
Well, so
Emilia.
a couple of things. So I made a like really silly mistake in that it was going okay, but then I looked up at the timer at about 1 hour 25, and for some reason, obviously I knew how long the time limit was, but in my head I was thinking, oh, 2 hours, I've got 35 minutes left, so I'm going to finish it. No need, I'll just finish it, take it easy, and finish it, and it'll be fine. And then the next thing I know, they're counting down from 10. And yeah, I had a complete brain meltdown, and yeah, forgot what the time limit was. But yeah, no, it was tricky, and I think that I really struggled with the kind of blurry section. I think some people kind of found that fine, and the text I'd sorted out quite early, and then kind of started a few times and gave up, and eventually when I did the text, I realised I should have done that much earlier. And because that kind of once that was in place, I kind of did quite a lot quite quickly.
Yeah, it was easy to burst out from the text when you had it done, because then you could like take the cookie and then
the most brown pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you almost like look at the shape for the rest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of you said it just wasn't what I was expecting at all for that one as well. We've kind of been practicing Gibsons, and they've got a very kind of they've got their art style, and I think I was expecting something something along the same lines as kind of what we saw, the kind of very British seaside painting or something. And so yeah, to have that photo was a bit of a surprise.
And this one is a very different style from the puzzles that showed up as well.
Yes, yeah, very very different. Yeah.
This is more child.
Yeah, kind of very very playful. Say fairly like kind of
nice
childish.
colors.
Yeah, and I think like don't know if you heard it, he was saying by an artist who's kind of very, very much influenced by her kind of her kids and the that kind of their kind of interests and alike. So yeah, something a bit different. I guess closest to the capybaras, I think.
Do you know what Peace Cat this is?
So it's made in Holland. I think it's the same factory as Cloudberries and some of those brands. So for me, it feels very similar to that cat. So yeah, I think it's probably the same as those. How did you find the cut?
I found it pretty tricky, but maybe it also was because of my extra pieces, because I cannot change. I mean, it's like a bit off from my cutting, so some of the pieces didn't really fit, which made it hard. And also, if you put the one piece in the wrong place, it's very hard to take it off again. It's really sticking.
Yeah, no, completely understand. So yeah, in that case, at least just finishing. Yeah, in that case, amazing work to joint third place, exactly the same time as Lydia for
Yes.
third place. So yeah, fantastic work.
You have a nice rest of the competition, and hopefully we'll clear the room.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So yeah, just had one more finisher. I've got another couple on the way. So yeah, thanks again for tonight. Congratulations on a great time, and yeah, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, and in August.
Yes, yeah. Are you going to? Oh, I haven't mentioned that at all tonight. That's not great. So do you think you'll be? So August we're organising the first Puzzle Rush Live event, which is a 10-hour team marathon in Gothenburg. So do you think you'll be there for that?
I at least I have a team, so hopefully we will get the spot.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks so much. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So yeah, that should be a really fun event. Anyone watching, look at the website and there's all the details for the marathon event in August.
Ooh.
Yes.
Cool.
Bye.
Great. Thanks so much for staying to chat, and speak to you again soon.
I have another Swedish word. Hej på dig. See.
Almost fluent now. That's what we had three or four phrases now, so that's that's good. Cool. Okay, let's have a quick look. Aylin coming up to the last few pieces. Got Liza, who we were looking at, who had some cheering in the chat for a bit earlier, looking really good. Clara and Monica as well. I think Elisa looking good as well. Oh, and Megan. So Megan, fantastic, well done. Couldn't see your table unfortunately, but congratulations on a great time.
Awesome finishes. I really love the. You can see in Lisa's screen, the scenery from the window.
Yeah,
looking pretty.
Almost looks like a painting, doesn't it? It's a beautiful view.
Yeah. Absolutely love that. And I want to start asking, because I can see also Monica has like one of these smart watches or sport watches, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I want to start asking more people if they actually put it on when they do a puzzle, because I am kind of intrigued of those stats as well.
Yeah, so I know you've posted a bit about your heart rate.
Yeah.
What happens to it during competitions, and the fact that it really does does go up to kind of a training level.
Yeah, and I think for me it's also very interesting in a way, not necessarily what is my heart rate, but I want to see what are the changes. And you can kind of see, for example, from the Finnish championship where you drop our damn box, you can see on that moment my heart rate going somewhere over the rainbow. And then of course in the end, but then I'm also thinking now this from the coaching point of view, that technically if I would be giving my all the time, the line should be a little bit more stable and not actually doing this, because that means that I'm not actually pushing as much as I did in the end. It really depends, because I'm not sure if it's about the physical side or is it just my nerves towards the end that does the change. So that's why I want more stats so I can actually look into this.
So in a competition where the box doesn't fall off the table for, we don't know why, we don't know what happened there. It could have been anything. But have you looked at the kind of is there still quite a variance in like a has there been in like other competitions?
The one that I actually did my first time was when I just did the puzzle at home. So also like I don't think that's a good comparison. I need to start now doing actually puzzles just because of this. Because I need more stats. Now I just have like anecdotes like, oh, I did this puzzle at home. Now I have one from Finnish Championships. So yeah, I can't really answer that because like I would need to see at least 10 times to say that there is like a trend how it usually goes. But yeah, other people need to start doing that as well, and then just send me screenshots. I can start statistics on this one.
Yeah, I do. I do have a watch. I tend to take it off just because I'm frightened I'm gonna knock pieces off the table with it. But yeah, maybe I'll start wearing it and yeah, try and get you some data.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is interesting, and there is those kind of stats also like on chess players and stuff like that. So I think it would be very interesting, and then compare to other kind of like mind sports as well, and see, for example, in coaching approach perfectly. Like if we change something, does it also impact on that? Because that could be also a great way to measure something. I need to talk with Emilia Persson about this because she's also studying sports science, so she will understand my interest in this. Maybe we can nerd it out with her.
Yeah, absolutely. Another finish here. Well done, Alien. Yeah.
Woo!
Getting really, what are we at? 1 hour 32, so it's still 28 minutes left. So we're going to get a lot more finishes, I think. See if we can get everyone done.
Yeah, a lot of things can happen in 28 minutes. Is that
They
what you
can
said?
indeed. Yes. Yeah.
One thing I also have to mention about the World Series is that we just literally had our first official big competition. Okay, we had the European Championship also last year that was sponsored by Truffle, but this was also first competition where we actually also used multiple different brands and different kind of cuts. Because that's also one thing, and especially like with the Gibsons, the circular puzzle, like it's not even. Of course, even with the Ravensburger circle puzzle, it's a little bit funky, the pieces, but that's almost like a random cut because they don't evenly connect. So we also had like that we had a different feel of different brands and different kind of cuts as well. And I think that was very interesting as well.
Yeah, and that was really nice because some people obviously do know some of the cuts, and there's questions as to whether that's why they win competitions and things. But I think we saw if you look at the results and the people who did well, they were able to adapt to those and to the different brands, to different piece cuts, to different kind of types of challenges, so well. And yeah, some of the times you can't argue with people putting in those kinds of performances.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we could have like one day like extreme Olympics where we like do like these stupid challenges that I have done, like do a puzzle like are your eyes closed and while you're planking and upside down and
While you're planking, that'd be a good one. So you got to
you really gotta exercise for that.
one piece at a time. 500 might be tricky. I'm not sure who can hold the plank for
That's true.
quite that long, but
yeah, the 100 was kind of like the max for sure. Yeah, even the one I did eyes closed was like 56 pieces. So
Oh, so you've tried that, have you? Like complete do the
yeah,
whole
we
thing
done
with the.
all of these things I just mentioned.
Oh wow. Oh sorry. I thought they were just potential ideas. I didn't. Sorry, I missed the fact that you'd actually tried them.
There's evidence. Just head to my YouTube. There is a there. I did one puzzle where I was planking, and I did one puzzle with blindfold, and yeah, I done all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've tried the upside down one, which was one of your suggestions for working with shapes and kind of brute forcing things in or trial and error. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. So maybe blindfold is the next one on the list to try.
Yeah, but the blindfold it gave me very good insights on the fact that if I don't see the piece that it's in my hands, I actually cannot understand the piece shape at all. It's magical how you think like of course you can feel it, but magically you take this sense off, you're so clueless. You're so clueless. It's very interesting that you would almost need to do it on daily basis to start actually feel the piece in your hand.
Yeah. No. I completely understand that. Oh, another finisher, Liza. Well done. And then
Ooh.
we had people in the chat cheering for you a bit earlier on, so congratulations, really well done. 1 hour 36.
Awesome times.
Fantastic work. So yeah, let's see if we can clear the room. We've got Clara nearly done, Monica, Elisa looking good. I think Sally also looking good. It's going to be very close to getting everyone complete today. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
just
sorry, go on.
go on. You first.
No, I was going to say, so just for everyone knowing, so I think you said you've put out a YouTube video this evening about the kind of about the World Series. Is there anything kind of from that you'd like to to talk about or to bring up or to to kind of give an overview what that kind of video focuses on?
Yeah, well, we basically filmed with Catherine, who I was traveling with. So we did on both days like our first thoughts and feelings about the puzzles that we had done on that day, and kind of like um, I think it's always good to give your reactions while you're still there because a lot of times you change your mind later. Um, so yeah, we kind of focus on that, and then of course I have a little bit of footage of like what was happening there and live streams and unicorns because it was funny. We were filming. You saw the unicorns, Anime and Frony, right?
Yes, yeah.
So we were filming in our hotel room, and then in the middle of filming, Catherine is in the video like, look, there's unicorns because we could see them from our hotel room window. So there's all kind of random stuff like Topia's bright and shiny in the venue and all kind of stuff. But yeah, we're mainly focusing on the puzzles and kind of like talking about them and my time lapses. How did I actually do them? If somebody's interested in that, but yeah, those people who know how I do those review videos is like I always forget the film when I'm actually there, so I never have like this vlog style of like, oh, now I'm going to this venue. Like that's still not happening because I just don't do it when I'm there. I just want to enjoy the environment. So a lot of my videos are just going through what's in there. But I think it's very interesting to maybe also if people comment to hear what they thought about the puzzles and if we're kind of like on the same page of the what do you call it? Well, just a common opinion about the puzzles.
And I think, yeah, maybe the last one we've talked about quite a lot, and I think, yeah, maybe with a couple of exceptions, I think opinion was fairly fairly unanimous on that one. What did you find with the other ones? Were people fairly in agreement in terms of the ones they liked and or their favourite ones and their kind of less favourite ones?
I think there is a difference of opinion what people find like the most. Also a little bit difference of what were the fastest ones. So it was interesting to have Catherine on that video because we're very different level of hustlers, and also we have a little bit of difference of what we like and what we're good at. And I in general, it's always good to have somebody else's opinion than just like my monologue. So that was kind of fun. My basically, if you want to have like the goal of my video, my goal basically was to figure out that, you know, I've been 3 times in the world and I am in the top 100 if we look at the federation official ranking. So it was kind of figure out, will I keep the ranking when it's this type of competition? So that's kind of like the backbone of the video.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think looking at the analysis, I think you're kind of I think we mentioned it earlier, the kind of your steadiness and your kind of I think you were quite an outlier in terms of that consistency and that being able to keep it going the whole way through the weekends, especially for people maybe if we look at the people who had consistent placements, people at the top were pretty consistent, people at the bottom were fairly consistent. People in the middle were, there was much more variation between the rounds, but I think you managed to kind of, keep that level of consistency, so well throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, it was interesting with this. Like, is this really this one you sent me top 10 most consistent relative time? Am I actually?
So I did two versions of that. So one, I did another version which is kind of more accurate, which I haven't sent to you, which doesn't which pays less. Kind of the first one was very much weighted towards if someone had one very good round or one very bad round, it would really affect things. So I did another version which was much more what it calls truly consistent. So looking much more about the all of the results. And in that one, you were actually second place. So Sandra Tor from Sweden had the kind of most consistent placement, and then you were very slightly behind, but quite a gap then to kind of third place.
Okay, that is actually very, very interesting because I feel like my performance is like back and forth, but maybe when it comes to the relative time or more like looking from a different data point, then it's different.
Yeah, and obviously I'm assuming that the results and the analysis I'm getting from certain places is accurate and correctly calculated. It's certainly having done a couple of different ways of calculating it. The fact that you've come out at the top for both of them seems to suggest that it's very much the case that you had the one of the most consistent performances.
Yeah, but I think it's because I think it's just because of the hard puzzles. Like I don't have that kind of thing where I completely just rumble down. Or I don't also slow down towards the end. And even if I do kind of like worse on the previous round, I can still raise the performance that we saw also in the Finnish championship. Like we did, I wouldn't say we did bad on the classification round, but we were placed on table 7 at the final, and then we won. So I can also like have a lower performance and still rise to the top. And sometimes that's really hard to do because when you're put on the 7th table, it almost can feel like game over.
Yeah, absolutely. Another finisher, great work, Monica. Fantastic. Thanks for joining tonight. Well done. And I think one of the other kind of data points was that came up was that it's the bad performances that really have looked like the kind of impact on final positions. So you can be fairly consistent but have one bad round and it makes a massive impact more than having kind of one really good round did. So the fact that you had that consistency and never really dropped it for any of the 6 rounds I think
Yeah.
contributed to you having and that, I guess that meant that on that last round, because you you jumped above the average, that had a big impact on that kind of final position.
Yeah, definitely. And I obviously I could put an Instagram story to have a poll on this, but I feel like most people fall into the category that they do better in the beginning and then they start getting a little bit tired. And then there is people like me, there is plenty of people like me who kind of actually need to get warmed up a little bit.
Oh, another finisher, Linda. Fantastic work. Brilliant see you finish. Well done, Linda. Oh, we've obviously found your sort of puzzle. Fantastic work. Well done. That's really well done.
Yay!
Excellent stuff. So, yep, so we have about 15 minutes left and 2 people to finish off to clear the room, which would be fantastic to see. So yeah, we have had 40 finishes at 1 hour 45. I think we lost Irina at some point, who was the person puzzling from the pub, unfortunately. So I don't know if she'll rejoin. That did look like it was not a bit of a challenging environment to be speed puzzling in, even with someone to hold the poster.
Well, that's like the first Swedish championship. That was
It
in the bar.
is, yeah. I was chatting to someone at the weekend about that, to Hannah about that. So yeah, she was saying it's quite amazing. I think the first year was in a pub, the second year was at a bridge club that had like felt on the tables. I don't know if you were at that one as well, so you couldn't really move pieces about at all. So yeah, quite a difference from where we are today.
Yeah, I wasn't yet on that one, but I was the next one from that, and I've seen those tables from a picture, so I was like preparing to puzzle on a table like that.
Yeah,
That's
so it's gonna be interesting to. It was had a fantastic time in the Finnish nationals. It feels like they're ready maybe to move to. I mean, the venue was okay, but it feels like it's a big event now, and it's a great event. So it'll be interesting to see next year whether the Finnish nationals moves to somewhere a bit more like Sweden.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because we have had already 3 years on that same venue. I think it also comes down to the money because of course those bigger arenas are and also I think it would be helpful if speed puzzling would be officially considered a sport because we do have a preference when you try to apply for those arenas or sport halls that you have to be a sports club. So you get like your higher priority. So it might be also related to that. Then of course like other factors like when's the timing and everything. So what can be available.
Yeah, of course. I think that's something the Swedish Svenska Puzzleförbundet have been very involved in trying to have it kind of classified as a sport 'cause it does open many
Yeah.
opportunities in terms of funding and even things like lower rates of VAT, and there's a lot that comes with being classified as a sport rather than I guess a hobby or whatever it's currently classified as.
Yeah, that would definitely help and open new doors.
Sally, just say I think your camera might have been off. We didn't catch your final time. I don't know if you were. Ooh, I don't know if you had the timer. Whether you know what time you finished at. So yeah, not just me with technical challenges
Yeah.
tonight.
What happened to you, by the way, today? What was your technical issue? You just disappeared and left me alone here
I
with
don't.
no.
Yeah, I'm very. I don't know. I need to look into that because a similar thing actually happened on the last. It's never happened before, but something similar happened on the last one, so I shall be doing a bit of investigation to see if I can work out what might have happened there.
Yeah, and then I went quiet apparently. Nobody knows what happened with that one either.
I'm guessing that was something to do because it happened just after all my technical issues, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's probably something to do with that.
Yeah, I think somebody mentioned that on Google Meets I was hearing just fine, but not on the live stream. So yeah, sounds about right. Well, just a little bit extra excitement. Also, I didn't realize that you dropped out at one point because I think you dropped out, but for us for a long time it just looked like your picture was freezed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that until I went to look at the live stream chat and I saw that it was just like not going anywhere. And then I was like, Rob, are you here?
Sorry, just check chat to Sally. Yeah, and I couldn't do anything, so it wasn't just the video that was frozen. My whole computer. 20, okay, 2052. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything. Fortunately, I had my phone to like let you know what was going on, but yeah, it's I couldn't get anything to work at that point.
Yeah, at one point I wasn't sure if you're coming back. That's why I sent your WhatsApp like, what's going on?
Cool. Yeah. So we had Sally finishing, although we didn't catch it unfortunately. I think Lovisa's got plenty of time, 9 minutes left. It'd be great to see Lovisa finish. Fantastic to see Linda finishing tonight. It's fantastic. We've got what are we on? 40 finishers. And managed to catch most of them. I thought it was going to be a bit of a challenge to keep an eye on everyone tonight with so many more people, but it's worked. So what's have you got anything else? Oh, Dutch Nationals. I believe you'll be out in a few weeks. Anything before that or?
So I was supposed to be this month mostly at Finland, but somehow Catherine just got me into this puzzle marathon that it's in Köln in just a couple weeks.
Ooh,
actually,
okay. Is that the 24-hour one?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Is that first 24-hour or?
I have done one before. So interested to see this one.
Yeah. Interesting to keep
but I think it's also like better weather, and I think they have a different I think they have like a room there where people go to sleep, so that's already different from the other one that I went to. So yeah, and I'm pretty excited to puzzle with Catherine, and then there's also like some new people and some people I've seen at Worlds and elsewhere, but not like super closely in touch all the time, so it's always nice to puzzle kind of like with new people as well.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I think that there's a very different feel to the kind of very different feel to the marathon events, and you get a lot of time when during rests to kind of socialise and meet people and and to watch other people. I guess that was the one disappointment for the weekend is that I never got a chance to sit and watch Victor and Kathy and watch them and kind of take that in and see them puzzling.
Yeah, I always laugh about this with Kristen because it's always the same situation because I go to Norway every year and of course we're usually in the same round in the world and I'm like, well, I never see you finish because you always finish before me. So it's like literally impossible. But then of course I've been with her like social puzzling like later in the restaurant, so I've actually had the chance to see her in action rather than just watching clips from live streams. But yeah, I do love the puzzle marathons, and it's interesting to go to one in Germany because the other one I was in Belgium. So
yeah. Oh, fantastic, Lovisa, well done, fantastic work, congratulations. Thanks so much for
Well,
joining, and well done on completing it. Excellent work.
yeah, that always feels good when you finish in time. And here comes like, oh, once again, I know it's a cliche, every piece counts, but we just saw that in the World Series.
We really did, yeah. Um, yeah, if you're looking at the final results, the amount that it was really the number of pieces that you had left on that final puzzle really was really did separate lots of people just by just by one or two pieces.
Yeah, but they better change either the time limit or the penalty because I do not agree with this.
For which why do you not agree with it? What do you think it? Do you think it kind of
I did a calculation. I did calculate this in my video, but I can tell you that also. So if you finished with 550 pieces, that means that your overall ppm is like 6 pieces per minute.
okay?
Now you can understand that with the 5-second penalty, that ppm is actually 12.
Right.
So that's double the speed. So technically, if you were now given, if you said 550 pieces, you have 86 left. That means that your time penalty was 7 minutes instead of 14 minutes, which would have been closer to your actual speed.
Okay.
That's my problem because that obviously impacted the final results.
Yeah. So I guess what would the alternative be to basically calculate the ppm and then calculate the final time based on?
I think that would be too hard to put in the rules in a very concrete way, but I would either put it to 2 hours if they have this kind of puzzle, or that the penalty should be then like that the penalty should be some kind of ppm that it's already expected to be worse for you than you finishing the puzzle. So it's actually a punishment and not an advantage.
Yeah. No, yeah, totally understand that. Yeah. I think maybe that was some. I think maybe I was expecting the puzzles to be slightly easier from certain things I'd said in that they were kind of they would be things that were, I guess that they weren't in control of the level of people who were there. But
I think that
maybe there were more people who didn't finish each round than I thought that there maybe would have been.
I think they didn't think too much, or they didn't feel like need to think about too much what is the actual penalty, because they thought that the penalty won't only apply to people who are like much slower anyway. But now it actually impacted also one of their own country's top speed puzzlers, because
Yeah.
there was like very good speed puzzlers who did not finish. So I think that's where the problem came, because if it would have impacted only on the 25% bottom, I don't think there would be sort of problem with that.
Yeah.
But when it starts impacting much more of the rankings, then I think it's a bit of a problematic.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. So yeah, I think as we said, there were maybe 60 people finishing the last one. So that's a lot of people whose times were going to be based on that rule.
Yeah, and you can see it's a huge. If you look at the total times in this example of mine, if you would have had penalty of 40 minutes, for example, instead of 7, that's a 7-minute difference. That makes a huge difference on that ranking list if you look at the total times.
Yeah, right. That's my next calculations to do, to have a look at how it would have been different if
Yeah,
that penalty was different.
Please do, because I did not do that, and I'm still interested if I'm actually by that calculation if I would be in top 100, because that was my goal, and now I think it was screwed up over this penalty rule.
So what was your fight? Was it 102?
107.
107.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like very, very close.
Yeah. To say we've got 1 minute left. Yeah. So yeah. I'll do a bit of do a few calculations and see if we can work out. At what point. Yeah. tried a few different penalty times and see how much difference it would have made.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this one because my world ranking for the federation is 90 something. I don't know if it's 98 or something, but it's like touch and go in the top 100. And I feel like this would have been probably very similar ranking if we calculated the actual times.
Yeah. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Last couple of pieces in. Every piece counts now. Okay, and that's time up. Well done, Angelica. If you want to count up the pieces and just drop the number in the chat. Thanks so much for joining again.
That's a great work.
Cool. Yeah, so close to clearing the room. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone for joining. So many new people today. So many new names. Great
When
to
is
have
the
Sorry?
when is the next one?
The next one is, let's take a look. I think it's 3 weeks' time. So 25th of May. In fact, even more people in that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So yeah, pop it in the calendar or check the calendar.
No, just a note.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks Amelia for joining again tonight. It's been really really interesting to look back at the weekend and get some more ideas and inspiration.
Yeah, for sure. This is always fun, and I like because I don't know what the puzzles are, and there is always like new names and then some familiar names, and yeah. And I also love like you always have like some brand that I haven't heard of before, so a little bit novelty for me as well.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun to try try some of the smaller brands and seem to be a lot in France, a lot of smaller French brands who have some interesting puzzles to try. Cool. Thanks,
And
Angelica. Great. And then we see everyone's dropped. Okay, cool. Well, thanks again. Thanks to everyone for joining. Thanks to everyone for watching. And congratulations on some fantastic times. And yeah, we'll see you again. See you again next time.
thank you. Bye
Cheers.
bye.
Bye.